want to tell European a message. I have a message to European, to this fucking country who not understand the God words. The European think that are the religious man in the world. The European think that I'm the best and the biggest. They think they are Catholic or Jew or Evangelist or Lutheranist. But I tell you the truth. The European people don't belong to God because they are blind and don't understand me and are always kill the holy people. And I have a message to European. This fucking country think that I am a chicken. This fucking country think that I am a chicken. Because who cannot understand the parable? It was written in the Koran. It was written in the Holy Koran. Who cannot understand the parable who was written by the prophets? The fucking people, the unbelievers people who eat pig and drink blood and hate God, they don't understand the parable who was sent by the prophets, and they are blind to understand what was God teach. I'm not a chicken, and who don't understand God's words, they are sick and weak and foolish. It was written in the Holy Koran and was written in the Holy Bibel too. And this parable, what was written in the Bible, that the Messiah, Yeshua from Nazareth, was told to the Jews, to the Jewish people, Jerusalem, oh Jerusalem, you kill always the prophets, you stoned them to the death. I'm just come to call my people on the name, as a chicken call his little chicken under the wings to save them. And this is a parable, and this was written by Matthew point. No. It was written by Luke Evangelium, but in Matthew was written too, but it was written in the best Luke Evangelium 13.34. It was written that God sent his prophet to call the holy man by the name, as a chicken call his own little chicken under the wings to save them. And this is a parable, and the parable is not the same as I talk. It was biggest, how I can tell, who don't understand the parable. I think that they are evil man. And God sent the prophets to Jerusalem to save them, as a chicken under the wings to save them on the last day. And who think that I am a chicken or a cat or a dog or an animal? He's evil man, he's sick and he's weak and foolish. And the Holy Koran was written, and nobody can understand God's parable and God's word, just the holy man and the pigeons. I never understand the pigeons, this parable, because they are blind and they hate God, the own creation who created. And it was written by all the prophets, and it's true what I tell. And therefore I want to speak about the Holy Koran, because the same angel of Gabriel was sent by Mary, the same angel of Gabriel, not was sent by the prophets and Muhammad too. It was sent by all the prophets, not just Muhammad. It was sent to Mary through the angel of Gabriel, and they call Mary, you will burn a child. He was grow up, and he was a great prophet, and I was sent to the Jews, and I was called them by the name who saved it. And this was Jesus. And the same angel of Gabriel was sent by Mary and sent by Muhammad. And the same angel Gabriel was sent by God, the only one, the God of the universe. And this was here written. The God of the universe have a lot of angels. The angel of Gabriel is sent by God, not by the evil. And what the angel of Gabriel was telling the people by the prophets or by Mary or by Muhammad, it was true. It was the God's words and not the evil's words. It was written that just a pigeon who don't believe, and just a sick man who don't believe in God, was never understand God's words. They kill all the prophets who belong to God because their works are evil. And Allah or God was never forget them, and their work was written in a book. And the last day, on the resurrection day, they will kill and eat by fire on the judgment day. It was written by the own prophets and by the Bible too, and the Holy Koran too. And I will now talk about the Holy Koran. This book in the Holy Koran, that which is coming, in his language, in Hebrew, al-waqi, he which is coming. It was written in the Bible too. Al-waqi, when the earth shakes and the mountains crumble away, God will come back and judge the world. It was written not just by Muhammad, it was written by all the prophets. When God come back to judge the world, the mountains will crumble away and the earth will shake. It was written by all the prophets. Example, when you read the Bible, example by the prophet Nahim point 1 and 570, you can read the same parable as in the Koran, and God come back to judge the world. Always the world was shake and the mountains was crumble. A little earthquake was always on the earth, and this is the truth. And it was written in the Matthew Evangelium 24.2 that when God come back, the earth will shake and God will judge them. And the judgment of God is true, and the judgment of God is mercy, because when you believe in the judgment of God, you can turn back to God and God will you forgive. Yes, God will you forgive. But when you fight with your own God, when you fight and when you will kill the prophets who sent by God, you will never forgive God. God will never forgive you, because you fight with your own God, you fight with your own created, and therefore you will never forgive. And that which is coming in the Holy Koran, al-waqi, is the same parable, but all the prophets wrote in the Bible too the same parable. When God come back, the world will shake when God do his judgment over the world, and it's true. And then in the Holy Koran, the resurrection, al-qiyamah, it is true. It is true. The same parable you can read on the Bible by all the prophets. The resurrection in the Koran. When the sun and the moon come together, God will judge the world. And you can read this in all the prophets. Joel is a prophet on the Bible. 3.4. You can read, when sun and moon come together, the God will judge the world. And is true what was read and when you can read by the Holy Koran, it is true. It is God's words, and you can read it in the Holy Bible too. And I think the earthquake that was written by all the prophets on the Bible, And I want to speak of the Holy Koran, the earthquake, al Zalzalah, in his language, al Zalzalah, the earthquake. And end of the time, the earth was shaken, and you can read it in the Koran too, and all the prophets was written, and end of the time, the earth was shaken, always and shaken when God do the judgment. And you can read it in the Matthew Evangelium 24:7, and the Apocalypse you can read too. But all the prophets was written the same what Muhammad was written. And end of the time, a big earthquake was come, and God will judge the world, and then he was come back to the mountain of Shion. It was written, when that which is coming comes, and no soul shall then he is coming, some shall be abused and others exalted. When the earth shakes and the mountains crumble, God come back and judge the world. It was written in the Holy Koran too. And it was written by all the prophets, and it's true because they are God's words. And this, the big earthquake in the Holy Koran, the big earthquake, al Zalzalah, it was written, when earth is rocked in her last convulsion, when earth shakes of her borders, and man asks, what may this mean? On the day she will proclaim her tidings, for you, Lord, will have inspired her. And it was written, and after them they become a disaster, a big disaster, a big agony, who was written in the Bible too, a big agony by Matthew Evangelium 24. After this big earthquake was coming a big agony. It was maybe 3 years and 6 months do this big agony. It was written by all the prophets, by Muhammad and the Bible too. And this is true, and who not believe in God's words, he is a pigeon, don't believer, and God will judge them on the last day. And in the Koran is a really example for the fig and the olive. The fig and the olive. You can read it on the Bible. The fig and the olive. It was read in the Bible by Matthew Evangelium 24:32. The fig. It was a really example to that. In the Holy Koran, the fig was written when the fig was. When you see that you can eat the fig, God will come back by the Shion, by the mountain of Shion, and this is true. It was written here in the Holy Koran, by the fig and by the olive, by the Mount Shion, in your language, Shion. It was the big mountain, and by this inviolate city. We created man in most noble image, and in the end we shall reduce him to lowest of the low, except the believers who do God's works, except the believers who do God's works, because this is the end. And this example, this parable by the fig and the olive was written by the Matthew Evangelium 24:32, and this is true. This is true, and what God say to the prophet with the angels of Gabriel, it is true and will be happened. And I'm very sad that this fucking European country, this big Babylon, this big Bitsch, don't believe in me because they are blind, they do evil work, they don't believe in God. Maybe they are Christian, maybe they are Jews, but they don't believe in God's words, they don't believe in the prophets, and therefore they will judge on the last day. And it was written by all the prophets, and end of the time. I call always my children by the name. I call always by the name my children, because I'm a God shepherd. I'm a good shepherd and not the wrong shepherd. I'm called that by the name, but they don't want to hear me. And therefore I call the another nation, they are not Jews, I call them by the name, and they will hear me. And it was written by all the prophets that God will be on the last day, call them by the name, because they are the good shepherd who care of the sheep. But the sheep don't will hear God's voice, and therefore will God turn to the pigeons, and the pigeons will hear their voice. And this is true. And therefore I tell European, maybe they are Christian and they are Jews or Yehovah or I don't know what they are, but they don't hear my voice. They don't hear it. They don't hear my voice. I talk about 20 years. 20 years I talk about God's will, and I wrote always, all the day, by God wills, what they will and what they was sent to the world. But Europeans don't believe in me and dishonor me. Therefore I call the pigeons, and the pigeons will hear my voice and hear it. And therefore it was written, it was happened, and the Islam nation who read the Holy Koran must be know me. They know me. I tell you the truth. They know God, therefore they know me. And it was written, who killed them, who killed the holy people who believe in God, is the big system of Babylon, the big bitch who drunken the blood of the holy men, and therefore they will die. And Europeans are not Christian and not Jews. Europeans are the synagogue of the Satan. They are the synagogue of the Satan. Hitler was coming and kill all my men. Hitler was kill all my men who believe in me. And then they kills the Palestine too, because the Palestine nation will believe in God. And Europe and America, the big bitch, will kill all the nation who believe and belong to me. And therefore they are the big bitch who was written in the Apocalypse 17. And I want to tell the word. I will never speak again. I will never speak again in Hungarian. I will never speak again in Germany, because Germany and Hungarian don't belong to God. Germany and Hungarian hated God, hated because they hate me and disown me. And therefore I want to talk in English, and this film is a message to the Islamistic people. Maybe they believe in me, and God have a power to send me to the pigeons too, and they will hear my voice. They will hear my voice, and they will believe. So I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. Who heard my voice? Who heard my voice will survive on the last day. It was written by the Holy Koran too, and by all the prophets was written. Hear my voice and believe in me will survive, and resurrection on the last day. And this is the truth. And all the prophets tell the same parable by Muhammad and the Bible too. And maybe the Catholic Church don't believe in me, because I judge them. Yes, I judge them, because God was telling me I must judge them, because they don't believe in me, and they believe in the God, in the money, and they don't look for God's commands, and they don't look for God's law, and this is not the religion, the real religion, what they do, and therefore I must judge them. God command me this, and I will do it. and who belong to God, to the real God, the God of the universe. He looked for all the servants. He looked for, and it was written in the book. All the servants, he was written in the book. And Muhammad was say, and Jesus was say, the prophet of the Jews was say, who lose your life for God will survive and resurrection on the last day. But he loved their own life, and I don't want to tell. Maybe he loved the word, and he loved the idols. The idols, they don't will survive. Who are weak to serve a God will never survive. And Muhammad was tell who was lost your life, your own life, for the only God will survive and come back in the heaven. And Jesus was teach the same. Who lose your life about my religion and religion of God, who will survive and was resurrection on the last day. And this is the truth. And who love money and God, and don't do God things, will eat by fire on the judgment day on the last day. And this is true. And maybe the Jews must know that, the Jews must know that, and the Christian must know that. The Christian must know the Holy Bible, but they don't believe in me. Therefore are the children of the evil. And I want to tell them, turn back to me. Children of the house, turn back to me. When you don't turn back to me and don't do my things, God will eat by fire you on the last day. Not I am. I tell you just what I heard from the God. I tell you the truth, just what I heard. I haven't power of anything, but who sent me have power of all the things in the world. And this is the truth. Thank you.
You hear what they want, Jesus? They'd rather have a murderer than you.
This is my Father's house. My Father's house is a house of prayer, not a house of trade. We pay tithes, but they care more about Caesar than about God. They have forgotten the word of God.
Do you say that we should not pay taxes to Rome? No, take my money.
Whose image is on this coin?
Caesar.
Then give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and give to God what is God's. I will make this the house of God again. I will make this the house of God again. I will make this the house of God. I will make this the house of God. Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out! Get out of here! This is the